All right, so good morning, everybody. It is November 11th. So right here, we got a switch happening. We got permission. So we're looking at our stop's going to be in the middle of this candle, which means it is a tower candle, which there could be retracement. Let's see here. So we got 30.80 and roughly 31.41. So $1.40 roughly. It's like 46 cents roughly is what we're looking at risk right now. So come up here, go to calculator. 46. So we're looking at 43 shares and $20 risk. Enter. All right, so as soon as this candle is going to close here in about a minute, we'll go ahead and buy it with our 43 shares, and we'll see how it does. All right, looks like it actually it's more like 51 cents maybe. 51. 39 shares. We'll just go with 40. We'll split it. We'll go with 40. All right, we got 20 seconds left. Jump in. So the algorithm switched telling me to trade this long, and then I look down here for the algorithm to give me permission to trade it. I got both of those. We've had a lot of winners with this one, so we are overdue for a loser. Hopefully this is another winner, though. We'll see. 10 seconds. I'm going to hit the buy market button here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'd like to get in at the open of the next candle or the close of that candle. I wish I was late because I saw a little bobble there. Could have made a little extra money. All right, so this is what the algorithm is telling me my stop needs to be. Is in the middle of this, which it could retrace to there. So just for now, I'm going to start with my stop a bit below that, 30.49, and then I'll move it. All right, I'll move that up here in a second. All right, so I'm doing that because this is a tower candle. Anytime the algorithm switches in the middle of the candle, I consider it a tower candle, and it can retrace to that and stop me out. But this looks good. It's had a, this thing's been selling off the last few days. It's gapping up this morning a little bit. It's looking pretty good for at least a rally today, I think. So we're going to see here. Draw my prices in here so it's easy for a quick reference. And so when I take a picture of the chart, it's easy for me to look at as well. To get this window, if you're not familiar, it's a right click on any of these lines, wherever I want to edit, and then I just click edit. I turn this to yellow where I entry, edit, right click, edit, yellow. All right, so typically the low of day is like the opening of this candle, low of day on a big candle like this will become some support, or same thing, it could be resistance as well. So we're going to see what happens here. Okay, I'm going to go move my stop now. So now if it comes back into this, it's probably going to be stopping out. So I want to make it break this level, so I'll just go just below it. And there we go. See, I almost went down there and hit that, right? That's why I didn't have my stop there in this first candle, because sometimes it likes to retrace. It may still retrace a bit, form a wedge, break out. You never know. But if it does, we'll get stopped out. All good. Okay, I got another trade setting up here with CVS. So if it happens, I think it's about 30 cents, 79, 46, 49. All right, about 30 cents roughly, so 66 shares. We're going to jump over there real quick here. CVS. If it happens, I'll bounce over there and we'll get in that trade. Okay, it looks like it might happen. So 30 shares. So now that I'm changing my share size here, it's going to stay 30. So when I go back to that other stock, I need to make sure I change it back. All right, so we're going to short this thing. This is part of my modified rules. The last trade we just did was part of the normal simple switch day trading. Okay, we got about 15 seconds, then we'll jump into the short. Four. Oh, I gotta make sure it confirms. Not confirming. That's why I don't jump in early. It did not confirm. So, all right. So no trade. We'll go back to that other one. All right, come on. Let's rally. Let's get going. So this is part of the normal simple switch day trading strategy. Our switch happened here in the algorithm. We get permission, and then we jump in long because it switched to the long side. All right, so we may get stopped out on this one. This may flag into our stop and we'll get out. So I'm not going to speed bump this because it is a tower candle. It could just be a retracement before it goes up. So I'm not going to speed bump it and then get caught going the wrong direction. So in a nutshell, speed bumping, I have a class on it over at 2020 Day Trader based on the algorithm. But basically, it means I would reverse my position because of what's happening with the candlesticks and stuff, or what's happening with the algorithm. But I'm not going to reverse my position if I get stopped out on this because it's on a tower candle and they do retrace a lot of times, and it could just be a retracement. So why don't I just move my stop to the bottom of that tower candle? It's a pretty big move, and if I take a loss on that, then basically I'll need 2 or 3 winners to make up for that one loss. I'd rather just take the loss and then get back at it later. Okay, we do have this trade here, so looking at about 80 cents. A nug point 84, 23 shares, 23, enter. This is a simple switch day trading play, and we got 15 seconds left to jump into this. Looks like we're gonna get stopped out on the other one too, but I might not be able to show it to you. Got 9 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Reject. Oh, it's hard to borrow. All right, so hard to borrow today. Can't short that one. All right. So there's that little rejection sound. Hard to borrow. All right, we'll keep an eye out for something else. Okay, so something that I do, let me show you. Is I still mark up the chart for the trade. That's the trade that would have happened had I borrowed shares. Which I don't borrow when it's not easy to borrow, just because I don't want to play. I feel like I'm going against the short game, and I don't want to do that. So in other words, there's a lot of shorts already in it, which means a short squeeze is potential, and I just don't want to be around it. So HTB, I put it in here so that when I'm going back at this chart, I'm looking at it later on, I'm like, oh, there was 3 winners this week. No, there wasn't. You couldn't borrow this. I mean, there was. Technically, the algorithm was correct, but it wasn't something I missed out on because it was hard to borrow. I wasn't able to trade it. So I put that in there always just for my own little reference when I'm looking at charts from like 6 months ago and I'm like, what happened on that day? Then I have it right there. All right, so this could just be a wedge forming, or we could be getting stopped out. So we'll see what happens here. Like I said, we had a lot of winners in this one. We're overdue for a loser. And then we got a tower candle that I traded. And so maybe this will be our loser. Okay, so there we are. So we have a loser on that one. So then what I do is I go over to my little the scaling chart here that we talked about on the other day, on the 9th. So we had we had 3 winners right there of $60 anyway, 20, 20, 20, and then we had 11 left over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna, oh, that's not it. Let me get rid of my 11. And I'm gonna erase one of them. And that's how we do the scaling chart. So I still got $11 in there. And yeah, and then we'll just keep going until we can grow it to the next level. All right, so this is going to close down here. I may reverse this trade, looking for a run at the bottom of this tower candle, which would actually match up pretty nicely. 40 shares. No, it didn't. Okay, cool. So let's go look at what the algorithm told us with that other one right there. Bam, target. Money, money, money. If I would have located shares, but I didn't want to do that. So, because I don't usually do that. So there we go. Missed out on that trade. So there we go. All right. Going back to what we were just looking at. All right. We may reverse this right here. Let's go ahead and short this. All right, so we got in right here. Edit, yellow. This is what I'm looking for, but we'll see what the actual play is supposed to be. So whenever I speed bump a play, it's not necessarily to get all the money back. It's just to reduce the loss. Oops. All right, cool. So it's about where the play should be is that bottom of that candle. So that works. So my stop should be 31.33 a little, make it break it. But I'm going to put it right at the top of that candle since we're so close to it, 31.40. So this is definitely a higher risk play. I'm shorting a bullish position right now. We have our tower candle, which looks like it could be turning into a flag or a wedge, which then could break out to new highs. So not the greatest short right here, but we're doing a little speed bump on it. We'll see if we can recover a little bit of our loss. And then then we'll be good to go. So when I speed bump plays and it recovers some of the loss at the end of the year, it works out to be awesome because, if I can, if I lose 50 cents for every dollar I make, then it's a pretty sweet setup. So if we can just recover a little bit, then we'll be in good shape. We'll see what this does to us. Okay, this other one is back on the table. Go back over to the calculator. CVS, we're on 30 cents, 66 shares. Still about the same, around 30 cents. Let's go with 65. All right. So this candle closes here in about a minute and a half. If it looks like it's definitely going to confirm, so we'll be jumping in. And you can see on this one up here, ETB, easy to borrow. So whereas that other one was HTB. So ETB, I should be able to short this no problem. Only thing is we're looking at a tower candle now. So there could be a lot of retracement. But I'm just going to jump into it. We're kind of in a consolidation range as well. But we're going to get in. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're in. I'm going to mark it up. And yes, I could have waited for some retracement to happen, but I'm just jumping in. If it does retrace, then I may add to the position here. We'll see. So I'm going to put my stop at the top of this tower candle for now. 70.79. Short, so I'm going to buy it to go back. There we go. They don't always retrace. Sometimes they just go straight down on the next candle. No wick to the upside or anything, just straight down. So another way I could have played this is I could have made it break the low of this candle before I got in. I could have did that as well, just in case it wanted to retrace. And then I could have entered into the position anywhere in here and had a lower risk entry. Okay, so this is pretty much retraced almost 50%. If this is still here in the next 20 seconds or so, I may add to my position on this one. For two reasons. One, it's retraced this candle, which is expected. And for two, the rest of the market seems to be selling off right now, so I may take advantage of that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it. All right, cool. So now I need to make sure I update my stop here. What I'm going to do, since I don't have commissions, is I'm just going to add another one. And I'm going to leave my stops there just in case there is a full retracement of this. If this one starts its way down and closes down here or wherever, then I'll move my stop back to this level. I leave them separated because when this gets back to the bottom of this, I'm going to go ahead and move that new trade I just made back down here. And, and if it backs up, then I'll get out half my trade. And then I'll move my other one to here, and then it'll be basically a break-even trade. So that's why I left them separate as well. Right like that. So I can just grab one of them and get out half my position. Let's see what's happening with that other trade. Okay, just kind of hanging out. All right, we'll go back to the CVS. Okay, I put that other ad in here, 7046 is where I added my position. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to this little tool here and I'm going to put text. I'm going to change the arrow to the bottom. Oops. So I put the text on the top. I'm going to go back to my little thing. And then I do this so that when I take a picture of this chart and I review it later, like 6 months from now, I can remember what I did. Okay, well, hopefully CVS will retest the low of this and we'll bounce out and we'll have enough to make this a break-even trade, worst case. In the meantime, this one's finally starting to break down for us. So I just want to know where 50% is. So right in here is where I would really like to be, somewhere in this area between these lines. Start to trail a stop. See if we can get there. It's showing a support level right here, but we'll see if we can get there. That'd be sweet. Okay, starting to get there. All right. Keep on going. A little bit more. Spread is about 10 cents, a little more than 10 cents, 13 cents. So that matters when I'm getting out here. I need to look at that because I'm going to get out on the ask. So the candle might be showing 54, but the ask is really at 64. Come on, don't get rejected. Get down there. I'm going to cut this number down to about $10. Which I was probably there when it was right here, but then I had the spread to deal with. So spread's tightening up a little bit now, so it's not as bad, about 5 cents. All right, so let's go back over to CVS. CVS starting to break down for us. So again, as soon as this gets here, I'll trail that one. Spread on this one's only 2 cents. I can see that here if I want to look at it like that. Or dashboard. If you click dashboard, it puts a bar on the bottom of your screen. It gives you the ask and the bid, and you can easily see the spread. So what I should have did, but I was over there looking at the other trade, which actually is starting to go down again, is I should have took half my trade off here, right? The one I added right there. I should have took it off when it was down in this area, and then moved my stop to the proper stop level. And had I got stopped out, I'd still be in a profitable trade. So that's what we're going to do right now. If this gives us another opportunity here. Because now that it's already did its retracement, if it does come back up through here, it could be rallying. So I'm going to move my one stop down. So my break-even level, you can see on here, it's telling me 70.33 right now is my break-even level. So if I can get below there with half this, that would be awesome. That's the average of my trade with the both of them. So we're close there. I mean, I could put it there right now. We're just under there, 32. So it might breathe and then I'll be out, which is not a terrible thing, actually. All right, too late. Too late. Again, one of the bad things about making content videos for me is my brain busy talking and trying to give out information rather than just trading and then trading after. Sometimes I got to remember just trade first and talk about it later kind of thing, because things can happen fast and you miss out. So still looks good though for a push down here. On my other monitor, I also have up the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. So I can kind of get an idea what's happening in the marketplace, and they're both looking very weak right now. So overall markets are looking weak. So that's why I'm taking this risk on shorting this tower candle here. And also going against that trade over there, TWO. Right, so TWOU, I speed bumped that one because market's looking weak, even though it could just be a tower candle retracement. And if it is, let me just go over there. If it is, my target is the bottom of that. So a full retracement would be good. A full retracement would be good here. That would get me target. So in the market, like I said, it's looking weak. So, normally I wouldn't speed bump this because this is inside a tower candle. But because the overall markets are looking weak, I decided to go ahead and do it. All right, we're going to bounce back over to CVS. And we're going to get out on that. Oh, man, just missed it again. See, this is what happens. All right, well, we'll wait. We'll wait. Come on, get back down here. Let me get out half my shares. Okay, so I move that stop down. And then I grab this one on the chart and move it down to the normal stop. Right there. So there we go. So if I now if I take a loss in this trade, it'll be a really small loss. I'm going to trail this one down some more here. Once it gets to 22 on the ask. Come on, let's go. You're almost there. Let's go. Come on. All right, cool. So it's almost there. It's 23 on the ask right now, 22 on the ask. So I want it to break 22 so I can put my stop at 22. Come on. All right, let's go. Get down there. So 24 on the ask. I'm getting out on the ask because I'm short. So we're at 24. I want to be at 22. Well, I want to be at 22, which means it needs to be under 22. I don't know if it's going to give it to me. We'll see. And if we get stopped out here too, that's fine. It is what it is. The purpose of the second ad here was just to reduce my loss. Should I take a loss? Because I was expecting some retracement. All right, here we go. Come on. You're at 23 on the ask. Let's go. Get down there. 22, 23. All right, it's showing some support in that area. New candle just open. Let's drop. Let's just drop. Don't retrace. Let's drop. If you look at candles, you see all the wicks. A lot of times they retrace. They open and they go one direction before they go the other direction. So that happens a lot. But there's also times where it doesn't happen. So like right here, barely, right? Right, just a little nub right there, and then it went down. Same here, a little nub, and then it went down. So that's what we're looking for. Hopefully that'll happen here. And it won't be one of these. Oh, man. All right, well, we'll get out. That's fine. So we took a little profit on that part of the shares. So that'll reduce any loss that it might have if it does come back up here and get me stopped out. Like I can get out right now. We'll be in profit. Barely profit, but we'll be in profit. And this stock is being so stubborn. Come on. All right, so we're going to jump over to CVS. There we go. All right, so we'll get ready to move this this stop down here. As soon as it crosses this level, it broke low of day. That's a good sign for if you're short. If you're long, not a good sign at all. What do we got? About a minute, not even 30 seconds left for this candle closes. So probably will close somewhere in here. A lot of times, again, candles don't close at the bottom. Here it did. Here it pretty much did, but a lot of times they don't. Like right there, it didn't. Didn't. And if you go back in time, you can see a lot of times they don't close at the very bottom. And they usually have a little bit of retracement on the next candle open. So it's all that's normal. But they don't always, so that's why I don't trade it like that. Like I don't say, oh, I'm going to short it, but I'm going to wait for retracement. I don't wait because I don't, how much is it going to retrace? Is it going to retrace? I just don't know, so I just jump in. But if it does retrace, I'm not surprised. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, we're going to go back over to TWO. So we're waiting to cut this in half. So once it gets down around the $10 or $11 range, we're going to put our stop in. Or I'll start trailing some red candles. We'll do that right now, actually. All right, so there we go. So we got in here. So now if we do take a loss, it'll be a small loss. We'll start trailing some red candles here on TWO. CVS. There we go. That's a little retracement. Hopefully it's only a little retracement, and then it gets back down here and clicks that target. TWO is dropping nice though. It might be a full recovery there soon. Okay, so we got about our halfway point. So let's see what the spread is, 50 and 45. So really need to get the buy or the ask down to 44, 30, 44, and then we can move our stop down there, and we'll be able to cut that in half. I know I'm getting a little bit greedy right now probably, but we're not quite the bottom of this candle yet, so I think we got more room to go. Man, CVS boosts all the way back up. Look at that thing. I'm gonna have to go over to CVS and put a trade break-even play in here. All right, let's go over to CVS. So we hit about 90% of the way to the target. So normally I would go down to break-even, but I didn't do that. I was looking over at TWO, so I do have a chance to do that though right now, I think. Break-even as in 722. Let's go ahead and do it. 722. 723. All right, we'll leave it at 723, and if we get stopped out, we get stopped out. And this could very well roll over and go back down, but the rules are it gets about 90% of the way. I put my stop in break even, and then it is what it is. So we're going to get stopped out here on CVS, I think. Okay, cool. So we're out on CVS. Still made $8 because we bought that retracement. So made a little bit of money there, which is great. Now we're going to go back over to TWO. Man, so looking at CVS, it's like, I wish I would have just got out here, right? But it didn't hit the target yet. It was 90%. Rules are just to put it in break even plus a couple bucks. I didn't get the couple bucks part because by the time I looked at it, talking over here on YouTube, it was too late. So that's how it goes. But, I didn't get, I could have stayed in it and be going red right now, right? So, nope. Got to be disciplined. So I'll take my $8. That's the rules. And then over here, looking to cut this in half. So which we're pretty much, we did already. I just didn't move my stop because the spread didn't really cut it in half because of the spread. It just looked like that. We'll see what happens. All right, so now we're getting a pretty good flush. 44 is where we're going to move our stop to. Where are you so far away? All right. So 44, 43. So now we basically cut our day in half with this trade. And once we recover our day, I'll move my stop to there, which once it breaks this level here, I can make that longer. Left click, drag it over. What was that? 33, 34. Somewhere in there. All right, so once we get through there, I'll move my stop to that. If we don't get stopped out on this backup here. But now it fully retraced this this tower candle, so anything can happen from here. This could start to consolidate inside this candle, or it could break out, to the downside and keep on going. All right, so if I move my stop now to 40, keep on going. Come on, go down a little bit more. So again, first B bump, it's not about recovering all of it, although that would be nice. It's really about just recovering a portion of my loss, so that at the end of the year, like I said, if I'm losing 50 cents to make $1, it's pretty nice. And if we end up with $8 loss on this one, $9 we made on the CVS, so it's a green day by $1. No commissions. That's so nice. Go down a little more so I can put my stop. We got the spread to deal with, so about 5-cent spread. So I'd like this to go down to, I'd like to be able to put my exit at 35, 36, 30, 35 would be great. So basically if it gets through this line, but if it gets through this line, I don't know if I want to move my stop because it might be selling off for the day if it does that. All right, cool. Keep going, down, down. So we got about a 6-cent spread now. Okay, 37. This is great. Keep going. So if I can put my stop at 35, I might have a green day. It's at 35 now. Goes down a little more. All right, if it backs up, it backs up. I don't want to get greedy. I do want to get greedy, but I'm trying not to get greedy. At the same time, I'm trying to be patient and let this thing do its thing. All right, so 32 to 40 is the spread now, 8 cents opening up. So if this thing, so I'm probably gonna take a loss on this on the day if this goes up and triggers, because it'll get me out, and then I'll have the spread to deal with. So could still be a loss. New candle open. Let's not retrace. Let's not make any of these. Let's just do like this one. Go straight down. Highly unlikely. So there we go. Since we're at the bottom of this candle, highly unlikely. All right, so we took we were able to cut our loss in half, which was the goal. 9.24 on that one. CVS, we made $8, so we're taking a $1.24 loss right now. But here's the good part. Come back over here, go to my scaling chart. I'm just gonna put that there for now. I get to get my green bar back. And then I'll just take away $2. So we're still good on our progress for our scaling chart. We just reduced our little buffer there a little bit, and looking for the next trade, which I don't know if it's going to happen before my day is going to end here at 12. But if it does, I'll bring it to you, and if not, then that's how we're going to close the day. It'll be a red day by like $1.40 or something. Let's look real quick. What are we at here? $1.23 is what our red day will be if we have a red day on this one. All right, so there you go. So you saw some complicated trading. Here's CVS. Good thing I got out, like the rules say, and didn't go for this ride and turn a green day into a, or green trade into a red trade. So, yeah, of course, it would have been nice to get out down here and have some bigger profits, but it's how it goes sometimes. So that's why the rules are what the rules are. All right, so here we are with another one of our modified algorithm plays. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this long here, I think. So we're at, what, 145 to 146.34, roughly. 145.05, 130, 146.34. So basically $1.34. So now I'm going to go bring up my calculator. And let's see here. We'll do it right here. $1.34. So 15 shares is what I'm looking at doing if I want to stay in the $20 range. So we'll go 15, enter. All right, so we're loaded up, ready to go with this modified play. And we'll see if it triggers here. We've got about 3 minutes for this candle to close. I'm trading on the 5-minute candles. For those of you who don't know, you can see up here in this top bar, it'll tell you 5-minute candle. And I trade on the open and close of the candles when I'm getting into my positions. So got to wait for this to close, which will then confirm the algorithm. It could come back down, so we need to confirm this first. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so we got a few seconds left. We're going to jump into this thing long. About 8 seconds left. A little nervous about it because it's reaching high of day, so it could get rejected here, but 3, 2, 1, and we're in. All right, we're going to mark it up. Let's look at the stop real quick. 145.49. So we're long, so we're going to sell to get out. 145.49. So we got 15 shares. We just loaded in there. See, it's 15. We own 15, so we're good. And then I'm going to go put my prices in here for later. All right, so once this gets to $3 in profit, it's tempting to take it off and then lock in a green day, even if it's by $1. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait for it to target. But definitely a high day, so we'll see. I mean, are we making new highs, or are we going to get rejected by that? All right, traders, so we saw the high of day there was giving it some trouble getting over the top of that. It got over it, made it almost all the way to the target. So I'm going to move my stop up now to break even, plus a couple bucks. So where are we at? Make sure. Okay, cool. So spread is only a couple, like 4 cents, 5 cents. So not too bad. So we'll go ahead and just run it right there at 95, 96 actually, 5 cents. All right, so yeah, we'll see. We'll either get our target or we'll come back out and we'll just basically break even on the trade. So we'll. Good thing is, you know, I should move this up like an extra, so I can have a green day, right? Just move it up like $1. All right, that's still pretty good. All right, so if we get there, we'll get out. Maybe we'll have a green day or we'll still be in the red by like 50 cents. All right, traders, so here we are. So I think this is going to be a winner, but I just realized we were going to get a piece of a hurricane tonight. Yeah, like I'm just realizing this now and supposed to, I guess we should get some pretty bad weather in the next 3 or 4 hours. And then hurricane should pass nearby in about 7 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff done outside to prepare for that and call it a day. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down and then we'll see you tomorrow, provided we still have electricity. But so when I have an order already in, an easy way to shut this down is just to come up here and hit flatten. So I can click flatten like that, and then we're out. So we'll take our $8.70 right there. So on the day, we're actually going to finish green now. So I'm going to go over to the thing, scaling chart. So we're about 17 bucks here. So we're $3 short of making another green bar here, making our way towards scaling up. So yeah, if I would have stayed in this like another minute, not even, I could have probably got that and we could have scaled up another bar. But is what it is. Gonna go prepare for a little hurricane potential, and hopefully we have power and we can trade tomorrow. All right, everybody, see you later. Day trading, swing trading, and futures trading with the simple switch algorithm from 2020 Day Trader. It gives me an 80% success rate or better. How does it work? Let me show you. And then once it's switched and I have permission, the algorithm tells me where to get in. It tells me where I'm going to get out if I'm wrong, and it tells me my targets if I'm right. All of the classes over at 2020 Day Trader are free. This way it gives you an opportunity to try it out, learn everything you need to learn, including the risk management and trading plans, and see if it fits your lifestyle and goals, you know, and if it does, then you can go ahead and buy the algorithm and start trading. The algorithm comes with a 100% money back guarantee. So if you're not successful, you get refunded for the algorithm. All right, so there you go. You can see a nice, almost a 3-to-1 winner. And the 80% win rate is only based on a 1-to-1. So all these 2-to-1s and 3-to-1s and so forth, that's all bonus money. And you can see these live trades over at my YouTube channel. Because of my algorithm, I only need to make 2 choices. Does this fit my plan, and how much size do I want? I have an algorithm set up for a variety of instruments, so I'm not limited to just one area. Click the link below, don't be the sheep, be the rancher, and get an edge to help you improve your game.